Light Tank v Light Tank. It's almost as if this is Red Alert. Welcome to a Command & Conquer best of 3 between KingBeanPro in the teal blue in the northwest versus Danku in the orange. Both of whom are playing as Nord. So we've got a bit of a Nord mirror. Starting out with just Hand of Nod, then into like minigunner and then flamethrowers. On the other side we've got a couple more minigunners, and we'll probably see a couple of flamethrowers after that. Danku slightly slower with their buildings, but that's also because they moved their construction yard from like here to there, and because of that they are of course slightly slower. They've spent some time on moving that, and that's the reason why like KingBean is like faster with their like buildings. Second harvester was out first, third harvester is now also out earlier. So we'll likely see KingBean go for an Apache now. Whereas Danku is trying to expand first into this field in order to get efficient eco for later on, rather than building a third refinery on this quite small field. Which is something that KingBean did, which might not be ideal, just because this will run out relatively quickly. And after that they have to search for like either this field or this one. Which, well, are still quite far away because they don't really have a lot of buildings. At least not anywhere near those fields. Danku scouting, not ideal. KingBean scouting, not amazing, but a little better I feel. Now, indeed, Apache airstrip is up. And is now also almost at this field. Danku now with some pretty good scouting. And will probably get up their airstrip relatively quickly as well. Might even go a little bit towards the middle, okay. Just because that way they have like this quite large field all to themselves relatively quickly. KingBean just sitting here, just coming to drink a cup of tea. No problems. And well, KingBean has now also gotten their fourth refinery. Well, I say also, but it's the first who has it. There is the fourth one for Danku, who has their harvester being blocked. So even though they have 4 harvesters, they're a little behind in like current eco just because, well, this one is being blocked. So it's not exactly effective. Now it finally gets to unload. However, at the same time, KingBean is already launching a bit of an attack up north. Though will be pushed away because there are a lot of forces here for Danku. Flamethrower for KingBean will get another kill. And has now gotten 2 extra refineries there. Okay, so that means it's like 6 to now 5. Which is very good, but again, their starting field has already ran out. Whereas this one is still like a third full. Still not amazing, but at least that's better than nothing. Because these are long range mining and already under a little bit of harassment from Danku. Down south this should be cleaned up without too many difficulties by KingBean. At the same time, Danku moves in just to scout, because doing any damage would be very difficult, if not impossible. And we'll just keep running around. Okay, but now 1 buggy going down. And the other 2 are still alive for now. At least it's keeping KingBean quite busy. Forces all the way in the back of the base, which means that if you now take all of these forces up north, you might actually be able to do a little bit of damage. But at the same time, KingBean now down south attacking these buggies. Better numbers for KingBean, so they should win this engagement without too many difficulties. However, reinforcements now coming in for Danku, so those should help clean it up. KingBean running away. And has also now expanded to the middle, only waiting for that refinery. And is actually damaging Danku's harvesters. One turret to defend with a couple of buggies, so that is pretty okay. And this is good for Danku. Not any buggies which are easily able to get there. All have to go all the way around. But still fast enough that KingBean is able to keep it up. And KingBean manages to get that refinery up as well, though it will go down. Bikes now coming out for KingBean as well. Is Danku also thinking about or building some? Does not look like it. In which case, sniping abilities for KingBean should be better. And also just damaging the turret would be quite easy for them. Harvester here just stuck, and this one is under quite heavy fire. So I do expect KingBean to lose one or maybe even two of them there. Because KingBean doesn't have anything close by. Blocked all three of the refineries. And KingBean just trying to sneak in here, push in here. Does force a sell-off on the construction yard. And still has quite a good number of units here. So should be able to take down like refineries down south. Don't think they would be able to snipe the airstrips. But just sitting there for now. Cleaning this up, not really. I mean, you're still outnumbered. And because of that you will lose harvesters there. Forces over here are still quite healthy. But what are they going to do? Because it might just be better to retreat with them. Just to get more reinforcements. Danku still at 89 power. So no low power for them. And now KingBean sending all of their forces up north. Another harvester going down. That's at least two of them already destroyed. And that's why Danku didn't even use that many buggies to do that. Now moving in the middle, no defenses here, so might be able to snipe the airstrip, but it's already minus 90 power for KingBean. So production has already been slowed down quite a lot. So you won't be able to... So they won't be able to spend all of that cash they've got. Even though they've only got... they do have like 3,000 more harvesters, sure. But still, not able to spend all of it. So, well... No construction yard for either player. KingBean's eco isn't actually very good anymore. And their production has been slowed down quite a lot as well. Is now trying to do some fun things with lightings. And will be able to snipe at least one harvester over here. But Danku now moving in the middle. Are you going for harvesters, refineries, airstrips? What are you going for? All of them make sense. And since you don't know that they have got like 2800 in the bank, to you it might just be better to go for eco. Or power plants or something. And a lot of forces here seems like power plant does indeed go down, but it seems like KingBean is cleaning up Danku over here. So what's going to happen here? Minus 250 to 60 power now for KingBean. And more eco might be destroyed, though that really doesn't matter, since you already took down most of the harvesters they've got over there. And they wouldn't be efficient anyways, so I don't see the benefit. But over here now, well, KingBean's forces quite strong. Light tanks, bikes mixed in, just to soak some damage. But Danku now also with their own bikes and is able to scare KingBean away. Over here still blocking the refineries, which is fine. But maybe taking down a harvester is more important, just like KingBean just did. Since, well, especially for like KingBean, it doesn't matter if you take down their eco. They've got cash left over, they can't spend it. And does Danku, they should kinda know that like production is very bad. I mean, they don't have any power plant left. So I feel like taking down an airstrip would probably be a better idea. Oh well. Over here, buggies moving in with quite a couple of minigunners, even though there aren't that many buggies here for Danku, so are able to clean up those bikes quite okay. But now is going to run away again. On this side now, airstrip going down to those minigunners. Very nice. And because of that, KingBean really shouldn't be able to produce anymore. Whereas Danku still has double power, double airstrip. And just looking at the eco, 1 harvester, 2 harvesters, 3 harvesters at the very least. Whereas KingBean has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is a lot better. But how do you spend all of your cash? You don't. And they've actually just sold off all of their production. Just waiting for these to unload, and then it's GG. 1 and 2, sell and sell. Game 1 goes to Danku. Time for 80 serves up 1v1 between KingBean in the north west versus Danku in the south east. This time around, it actually makes sense how they're labeled when it comes to their well, location on the map and like the way they're listed. And once again, it feels like, or it was, that KingBean was faster. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Already now with harvester out, refinery out. But this one is less efficient because of the way it's like located compared to this one. South entrance is just better. But it's another node mirror, so I'm just going to ask you to subscribe to the channel. Because if you want to see more videos, then if you click that button, you might see them. Alright, very good. Thank you. Now, double inefficient harvesters over there. This is like one efficient and one like kinda not, kinda decently efficient. I mean, it's like not as bad as the ones from KingBean. But it's still not ideal, of course. And this one especially. Like, this is just as bad as the one from KingBean. And will become worse even faster. Just because this is like quite a small like corner of the field. So it's already out. By now you could have probably placed it like 2 spots higher. Though of course that's like waiting quite a long time. And over here flamethrowers are doing quite a good job. Danku this time around with the positive KD 5-3. Though, well, kills 6-3. It's not KD. Its kills is 6-3. And over here now, airstrip not actually locking themselves in. Very nice. And we'll probably see the one from Danku very soon as well. There it is. Right, not actually going to the like side field. Which is that something we've seen before? People just going for the middle? I don't think so. People either like go down here, just because these fields are like so much bigger. Or they just like place one here, one there. Anyways, over here buggy now for KingBean scouting. And because of that, pretty good scouting for KingBean, and Danku also had some pretty okay scouting. Doesn't really know a lot about this side of the base. But at least they know like the main parts. KingBean now going south, probably to try and get to that big field. And over there now, a couple of buggies just fighting each other. Danku's probably not going to get up a turret. Also interesting to note, KingBean at -5 power. So has some slight, like slowed down production. Though it seems like Danku is trying to help KingBean. But there it is, very well blocked. Like no place for KingBean to actually like get an efficient refinery up. Having to take it quite far back. so expanding to the southern field is also going to be difficult. However, now minus 41 power for Danku, because, well, power plant down, turret produced. So all of a sudden, like, Danku's production has been slowed down. Though by now they've built another power plant, so it's fine. Light tank out already, which is early. We're like 3 minutes 40 into the game. That's like not a lot, and we've already seen like double light tank. Soaking damage really well. But usually you just see like bikes first, light tanks later. If you even see light tanks. Oh well. Light tank should be okay, but it's like quite expensive if you compare its damage output to the ones from the buggies. And second is out now for King Bean. Danku has not gotten it yet, but has got like double turret over here, so should be able to hold this position without too many difficulties. And seems like they are actually like expanding quite aggressively, so might even have like some very far forward turrets, almost in range of the enemy airstrike maybe. And light tanks getting cleaned up by those bikes, because yeah, light tanks just don't do a lot of damage and bikes do. However, bikes shouldn't be facing off against minigunners, because they are really not that good against them. As in, they're awful against them. Light tanks now from King Bean as well. Alright, this is going to be a fun match. No buggies, no bikes, well, some bikes, but like, mainly light tanks. This is red alert, yes. But anyways, turret actually, why? Turret in range of the enemy airstrip, which was kind of fun. But now it's like turret v turret, beautiful turret versus like less beautiful turret. But also a lot of minigunners here, which might be able to do something, as in take down the turret, but light tank should be able to drive over them without too many difficulties in these numbers. And over here these are going. They're going, they don't want to get killed, so they're just going to be annoying and like stop King Bean from expanding. Flamethrowers to take down the turret makes a lot of sense. And Danku really just does not have a lot here. Like 2 little light tanks and like 3 buggies, but that's it. They've spent a lot of cash on those minigunners, which might not have been a good idea. I mean, army forces now for King Bean aren't exactly great either. And Danku still has the opportunity to like prevent eco by just sitting in front of it with a buggy, or just slowly chip them down, kill those 3 harvesters. But is now indeed going to sit in front of the entrance, so King Bean has just lost quite a bit of eco. Since the like rear field for Danku is like still really quite healthy, later, like late game, it should be quite easy for Danku to keep up some okay eco, whereas Danku will run out up north relatively quickly. And then they have to move all the way to the front, which is relatively contested. I mean, Danku is on your doorstep, so probably not the safest place to harvest from. Now, launching an attack, finally. But now it's time to, well, see what King Bean does. Are they going to try and drive over those minigunners? No, they're not. Why is Danku not using their units? I don't know. Come on, King Bean, 1 tank. Okay, 1 flame tank is also allowed. Stop it. 1 tank or 1 flame tank. Just drive over all of them. But indeed, the communication center we saw up north is now going to be used for flame tanks. Alright. And flame tanks. Do you do boom? No, because you sit down. Right. You stopped. Now, over here though, buggies. Going to deny eco, force the sell off. And flame tanks though, those are very good against buildings, so might actually be able to launch quite a strong push. Though, what else does King Bean have over here? Soon they'll have like slowed down production because right now they are at like -10 power, -30, there it is, and they can't get any of it back. So flame tanks over here seems to have been cleaned up quite alright as well. And flame tank is not exactly amazing against light tanks. And each one of these is expensive. Those are like 900 each. Whereas a like light tank is 700? 600. I think 600. And it's not as if they're like actually getting the value. Like took down one power plant and then died. One power plant down. Are you also... Yep, also going to die. Alright. That's what they do best. Explode. But now all of a sudden King Bean's eco over here. Out completely. Out completely. Out completely. These two fields are their closest fields. That's not good. Over here, like double efficient harvester. One efficient harvester over there. Still has that construction yard, so is still able to build. Has already cleaned this field up, though that wasn't exactly efficient. Anyway, so it's not a big deal that they had that field. But still, they've got like 3 efficient harvesters. At least. Whereas, as long as this one is not... Okay, it's not. Whereas, yeah, King Bean doesn't really have any efficient harvesters. They were like 3,000 ahead in eco. Gap is already close to like 2,000. So it's just going to be a matter of time, I think, before Danku actually just pulls ahead in eco. Especially because they have got like multiple like inefficient harvesters running as well. Like besides those 3 efficient ones. And some of those are like really inefficient. Yes. But still, they should be able to pull ahead in eco like soon-ish. And then they should just be able to produce enough to actually destroy King Bean, right? It currently doesn't really look like it. Like, there is a lot of infantry on the field over here. But not a lot else. Like 3, 4 light tanks, that's it. However, even infantry is able to take down eco. Yes, infantry is also able to take down economy. So, although there aren't that many vehicles out for Danku, they still have 3 turrets over here, which are pretty damn good against light tanks as well. 4 actually, because I missed one. So yeah, not a lot of light tanks, but where are the light tanks for King Bean? Not really here. They've got 3, 2 more incoming. Harvester died. That's just a big problem. They don't have efficient harvesters, so every harvester counts. Not as one standard harvester, but it still counts. Your refineries don't matter as much, but your harvesters do. And soon, I feel like Danku will just be able to turret creep on over and just kill the airship. And King Bean seems to know it's GG as well. Because they're selling everything off. Just, yep, good job. Power plant is left, and then it's GG. Which means that Danku wins this best of 3 by winning 2 of the games. And surprisingly enough, indeed, they did get just slightly more eco at the end.